Hello and welcome to today's presentation where we are going to talk about designing gorgeous mock-ups for your products. What we're going to cover today. So I'm really excited to go through this. So first of all, we're going to go over why you need product mock-ups, what types of mock-ups to make, and how to make them. That's going to be our more interactive portion of the session. And then other useful tools and tips that you might find helpful. All right, so why do you need product mockups? Basically, it's because pictures sell. By showing your potential customer what they're going to receive, it's going to be easier for you to sell that product. And when you create a digital product mockup, it'll help you to give an appealing visual and realistic look at what you have to offer them. So that is the basic reason as to why you need to have mock-ups for your digital products. Now, what types of products can I make, or mock-ups can I make? There are, depending on the type of product you're selling, but there are three main types of mock-ups that you'll most likely run into. The first one is going to be for paper mock-ups. So that's anything that's printable. It could be a PDF, ebook, lead magnet, journal pages, any kind of similar products like that. The next would be tech mock-ups, which is used for laptops, iPads, iPhones, any kind of computer tech that you want to have a display for. And the third one would be for physical product mock-ups. And these would be mock-ups for if you're doing like print on demand for t-shirts, mugs, wall frames, all kinds of actual physical products. So we'll touch on that as well. So first of all, we are going to go into how do I create these, and we'll demonstrate as we go along how to do that. So first of all, let's cover paper mock-ups. All right, so be sure to write these things down. These are the first steps that you're going to want to take before creating your mock-ups. So that way you're set up before you get started doing that. First of all, you've got to create a product. If you don't have a product, you're not going to be able to create the images you need for your mock-up. So make sure you have that done. And number two, you're going to need to download PNG images for all the pages of your product that you're going to use in your mock-up. And then number three is you'll then take those images and upload them to Canva and create transparent PNG files. So don't worry, we're going to cover some of these steps that will help you as you're getting started on this. So once you've uploaded your images, you created your product and then gotten your images for your products and uploaded them, you're going to need to add drop shadows because this is going to add depth to the product and just make it more realistic and visually appealing. All right, so how to create drop shadows. It is a lot easier than it used to be in Canva. And all you have to do is click on the image and edit image and then look for shadows and select drop. You'll use the controls to make any adjustments needed. So let's go ahead and go into Canva and I'll show you how to do that. So this is what it's going to look like. You've uploaded your images here, just arrange them how you like. And then we want to add drop shadows to them. So what you'll do is click on to the image, click edit image, and try to move this here a little bit. You're going to scroll down until you'll see shadows. And I just always use the drop option there. So as you'll see right away, it added these nice little shadows here. Now, if you want to adjust anything on that, just click on these little controls and you're going to have different options. You can choose what side of the image you want to have. I'm going to say top, you could do top and right, and then it'll move this out of here for a second. It'll move that to that side. Or you could say bottom right. I want to have them like that. And that's pretty much how I would probably do it for this one. And then you can change the transparency. I usually like to bring it down to about 25 to 20. That seems to be about the right amount. And then blur just around 5. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that, and that drop shadow is done. So then you'll just do the same thing with each of your images. Edit image, find the drop shadow. It's like instantaneous. This is an awesome feature, and it makes it so much easier. You don't have to have those images underneath that you have to create and upload. It just saves all that time from doing that. Now this one, I'm gonna do top right. Actually, top left. So that's where you can play with this and see what looks best to you. So now that I'm looking at it, I think I want top right. So you can kind of play with it, and see right now it's just too dark. I don't want it to be that dark. So transparency, always bring that down to between 20 and 25 is good. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And you'll just keep doing the same thing with each image as you go through it. Now my recently used comes up here under shadows, click drop, and boom, it is all done for me. And then all I have to do is change any transparency, bring it down, and apply. And you're good to go once you have done all that. So it's a really neat feature to have. I'm gonna go back into our big screen here. You can see that a little better. So I went ahead and added the drop shadows, and the final product is just gonna look so much better with drop shadows in it, because now it actually looks like a real piece of paper. And that's the whole point of it. You want it to look realistic. So there's that. And next we want to cover how to create a transparent PNG. Once you've got the drop shadows done, you want to create a transparent image. And then you'll take the whole image, because these right now are separate images. So you'll want to take it and download the images into one unit with a clear background. And then you'll have a lot more flexibility with it. So I'm going to show what I mean here. And this is if you add a background. So there's different things you can do. An important thing to note though is if you don't have Canva Pro, you're going to be unable to download a transparent file. So there is a free tool that's really awesome. It's called Photo Room, and you can go there to create a transparent document. So this is kind of like a workaround for that. So you'll take the photo. See, I had downloaded the photo that has the white background, but we want it to have a clear background. And like it instantaneously did that. And what I like about this tool is it shows you what it looked like before, and it shows you what it looks like after. So it's like really neat. And then you can go ahead if you need to edit anything, or just go ahead and download that. And then you'll upload that into Canva. So that is only if you do not have Canva Pro. You're going to need to do that step. Otherwise, you'll take your image, let's say we'll use this one, and then you're going to click on share. This is if you do have Canva Pro. It's really easy to do. Click download, and you're going to want PNG, and then you're going to click this little box that says transparent background. And then that is going to give you the transparent background that you need. I'm going to go in here, which pages, I just want to download the current page, done, and then you go ahead and download it. So that is really basically how you do it. It's very easy. So once you download it, it's going to look like this. It has a transparent background and you are good to go. All right. Sometimes these little things come up. All right. Now, so it looks beautiful once you've got the drop shadows. We learned how to do the transparent background. And as I mentioned, once you get that clear, transparent PNG, you can do all kinds of things with it. You can put a nice background. You can, put a photo in the back. There's all kinds of things now that you can do with it. So just play around with that. And then once you get it the way you like it, you can add a title page here at the top, or a title bar. Let's say you can add your logo, your website, other graphic elements. Just play with it, and it's just have fun with it. So this is something that you don't want to make it too complicated, but you want it to be easy for your potential customer to see what it is that you're selling. All right, another thing that you can do if you're selling maybe something like a planner or journal or something that someone may want to bind up into a book, you can do this cool feature. You can create a spiral notebook by using the spiral coil elements. So that's what I've done here, and I'll show you how you can do that right inside Canva here. All right, so in order to do this, you'll have your image that you added your drop shadow to already. And then what you're going to do is you're going to search in elements for, let's put spiral coil. And as you can see, you're going to go under see all graphics. And here you're going to see all different kinds of, you're looking for these straight looking spiral bound ones. And so this is the one that I had picked. Actually, it's not the exact same one, but it's similar. So just go through them and find the one that catches your eye. And you do have to kind of finagle this a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I already picked the ones I liked here. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to place it right here. And then I'm going to place another one right here. Now, you're going to have to get these to where it looks more natural. So it looks good to me right here. So it just takes a little bit of finagling to get it to look good, but it's a really easy way to make a spiral looking notebook. It just takes a little extra work. And I'll show you another tool later on how you can do that. All right, so we've got our spiral notebook, which is, sometimes you want to have that option to show it that way. So now we're going to look at how to create tech mockups. Now, tech mockups are for when you want to show laptops, phones, iPads, tablets, things like that. And a lot of times this is useful for when you have a course and you want to display it. So these are some mock-ups I made. You can also add printable page images if your product also includes a PDF. So it really just depends on, what you need it for. But just something that you can think about. And another way you can create mock-ups, whether it's for computer or physical products, just search for mock-ups under photos and arrange it how you like. So that's what I did here. I took a photo of my dog Rico and put his picture there on top of the photo. So you can make it look like realistic that way as well. So it's just good to see that there's a lot of different options when it comes to mockups. You just think outside of the box for some things. And the next one, which you may or may not need, depending on what kind of business you run, is for physical product mockups. And this is going to be for anything like mugs, t-shirts, all that kind of stuff, maybe for print on demand. So in order to do, you can do this right inside Canva as well. You have to create a mockup for these products so they look realistic, right? So you want to upload the image that you want to create a mockup for. Then you're going to click on that image, which I have this dog mother coffee lover image that I want to put onto a mug. So then what you're going to do is click on the image, edit, and go to Smart Mockups. You'll choose the mockup picture you want, and then it's going to just instantaneously put that picture onto your product. It's a really neat feature. So this just kind of shows you when you open Smart Mockups, you're going to see all these different mockups for different types of products. They have a really good selection in there. So you'll click on the image. I would click on this image and then choose the image that I want to use. So I'm going to show you that here in the next slide here. So we're going to go back into Canva here. As we do this, I'm going to open, make that just a little bit bigger. See that? And so what you're going to do, this is the image I want to put into a mug. So what I'm going to do is click Edit Image, and I'm going to scroll down here until I see Smart Mockups. And then you'll click See All. And then here is where you're going to see all kinds of mockups for different products. I'm looking for a mug, an 11-ounce mug. I have to scroll. You may have to scroll down to find the one you're looking for. So this is the one I want to use right here. So then what I'm going to do is go ahead and click on that. And then it's going to put that picture right into the mug. Now, sometimes the picture is too big or it needs adjusted, which it does in this case. So you'll click these little controls, and then you'll have the option for fill, fit, or custom. I usually just click fit, and as you can see, it made that fit a lot nicer looking into that picture. So then you just click apply, and you are done. So it's a really neat feature. If you are planning on selling any kind of print-on-demand products, I would highly recommend this tool because it just makes it so easy for you. And I'll have another tool that I'll share with you here as we go along towards the end. All right, so we have covered how to do physical product mockups. And then again, that is the finished product there. So it really makes it easy for you to create those. All right, now we're going to get into other free and paid tools, because sometimes what you need to do or create you can't quite find in Canva, or you may have something that is just different than what you're needing. So I put these little things together, and we talked a little bit about spiral notebooks and creating those, but sometimes you may want a different look that you can't get in Canva. So there you can go to mediamodifier.com and you get 100 templates free to start. So you can create different spiral notebooks, like in different angles, one that's lying here flat, just different pictures that you can get that have just different angles to work with and that you might want to show. So it's a really neat feature. Definitely recommend checking that out if you want to do spiral notebooks. Another one is for book covers. This is at DIYbookcovers.com. They have different types of mockups, but this is good for 3D mockups that you want to make, especially for book covers, or you want to put it onto like a laptop or a phone, and it just gives you a whole lot of different options. So you just go in there, just check it out. I mean, it's free to start, and it doesn't hurt to have extra tools in your repertoire. All right, so now tech mockups, like we talked about. There is a tool at techsini.com. It's a multi-device website mockup generator. So what you would do, you'll go there, you'll pick the laptop or tech tools that you want to have in the picture, whether it's an iPhone, iPad, and whatnot. And then you can even change the angle up a little, which is neat too. So that's a really neat tool. It's free. So go ahead and check that out. Another one, this is a paid tool. If you are planning on doing physical products, this is a very, very useful tool. I've used it myself when I was doing print on demand, and it's at placeit.net. It has awesome, so many awesome mockups to choose from, because in Canva, it has a good selection, but it may not have what you are looking for, what you need. So it's a great tool to have. It is a paid tool, but for people that are really serious about it, it's a tool that is really worth having. All right, and another tool that you may want to have is mockup templates. There is nothing wrong with starting with a template. So if you don't want to start from scratch, find some done for you mockup templates. It's going to help you, give you a starting point, and it's going to save you so much time. I've used templates myself, and they have been a lifesaver. And it just helps to give you a good start. So this is my Easy Product Mockup Kit. I'll tell you a little bit more about it towards the end, but there are different places you can get mockup templates. Just keep your eye out, and it's just something to think about. All right, so now we have made it almost to the end here. I'm going to share some final tips and questions that you can ask yourself as you are creating these beautiful and gorgeous mockups. All right, so 3 tips, things to remember. The first is consistency. Consistency is key. When you are designing your mockups, you find the style that you like and then stick with it. Because if someone comes to your shop and sees all different types of pictures with different fonts and different colors, and it's all looking kind of, all over the place, it's not going to give a good impression. So you want to do that. And that goes into the second point here, which is to create a template to use for your next mockup. So once you've created your mockups, you can just make a copy of it, put the new images in there, and that is going to save you a lot of time. And the last thing I would tell you is don't overcomplicate it. It's going to take a few or more than a few tries to find your style, and that's okay. Just play around with it, have fun with it, look at it as a creative project. But these mockups are so important, because if someone goes to your shop or is searching for something, they only have that little square to make a first impression. So it's sometimes an afterthought with people when it comes to the mockups, but make sure this is something that you put the time into it. But again, don't overcomplicate it, and you're going to find your style. So questions you want to ask yourself. Here are 3 things. First, ask yourself, what am I selling, and what is the best way to display it? The next thing would be, is my mockup visually appealing? So once you created it, take a step back, be honest with yourself, and you may need to make some changes. It isn't always going to be perfect, but you want it to be appealing. And the third would be, what kind of vibe do I want to have in these images? You may want a bright and happy, boho, feminine. These are going to factor into the colors that you use as well as the graphics that you add to your mockups. So just a few things to keep in mind as you are designing those beautiful mockups. All right, so just for being here today, you're going to get my free PLR gift. This is a printable shop sampler pack. It comes with 45 pages that you can mix and match to create your own printables. It includes a commercial use license, so you can change the fonts, add colors, graphics, whatever you like, and sell them in your shop. Connect with me. You could go to my Facebook page at Edder Creations or on Instagram at Edder Creations, and I would love to have you there and connect. So thank you again for joining me today for this session. I hope you learned a few things, some helpful tips on creating gorgeous mock-up templates. So thanks again and have a great day.